Hey, what's up, gang? J-Rod here, aka Vader, which is what you should call me. Now today, you and I are going to discuss how to program your BT TM15 marker. Now, although there are a couple videos on YouTube on this marker, I haven't seen the first one on how to program it. Now, if you're like me and you're getting back into paintball, after a couple years, and you're scouring YouTube for videos and information on paintball, what's new and all this stuff, I highly recommend Mike from Tech PB. Now, this guy's got a little bit of a potty mouth, but if you go like this for just a second, it's all good. But definitely check him out. Super informative guy, tons of advice, product reviews, and he's straight up with you. Now, that aside, you and we are going to discuss programming your gun. So if you want to, go grab your BT15 and that little green manual that comes with it, and you meet me back right here. I'll show you how to program that puppy. Hang loose. Okay, now I've got a close-up of the selector switch and the power button on this gun, and if you've got your little manual that comes with the gun, I want you to go ahead and open this manual up, and I want you to go to page 7, okay? Now, you'll see a little box, and I'll go ahead and show you this. You'll see a little box right here that tells you function, and it's got numbers 1 through 6 and what each one of those functions are. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this gun on and enter programming mode. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to press and hold the power button, and you're going to cycle the selector switch. And what that means is you go from safety down to F3 and back up to safety. And we're going to do that while holding the power button, so I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, did you see that? The light is now solid red. And if you go back to your little manual right here, it clearly says right there that the solid red light indicates that we're in firing mode. Okay, we're not going to mess with firing mode. It's set from the factory to be F1 is semi, F2 is 2 safety shots, then 3-ball burst, and then F3 is 2 safety shots and then fully auto. We're not messing with the function or the firing mode, so we're going to go ahead and go to rate of fire. Now, how you cycle through each function is by pressing the power button. Right now, it's in red. That means it's in firing mode. If we reach down here and we press the power button again, it turns solid green. That indicates rate of fire. If we press it again, you'll notice that it goes solid orange. That's your dwell. If you press it again, you're going to get flashing red, which is ball in place or BIP. You press it again, you're going to get flashing green, which is your ramping point. And if you press it one more time, you're going to get flashing orange, and this indicates your burst shots. Okay, we're not messing with none of those. What we're going to do is rate of fire. So I'm going to go ahead and press the power button again. Solid red, that's firing mode. Press it one more time. Rate of fire. Now, how you check your rate of fire is you just pull the trigger one time and count the blinks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I got 17 blinks, and if I flip my book over to page, let me find it, 8, you're going to see this little section right here. Okay? Now, it says on there that if you've got one flash, it's 8 balls a second. Now, in my case, I had 13 flashes, so it indicates I'm shooting at 14 balls per second. Now, again, you just pull the trigger in whatever function you are to check it. Okay, so mine has flashed 17 times, so I am at 16 balls per second according to the chart. Now, if I want to increase the rate of fire for my gun or decrease the rate of fire for my gun, it's over here in the selector switch. Now if I want to increase, I'm going to go from safety to F1. Okay, now every time I pull the trigger, I'm going to be adding a shot on there. So I'm at what, 17? Let's go ahead and go with the trigger. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay? To check and see if that has taken effect, back up into safety, pull the trigger, count the blinks. Okay, so I got 25 blinks, and that says I'm at 20 balls a second. Now, if that's where you want to go and you're not messing with any other function on the gun, what we need to do is cycle the function back to firing mode. So like I said, we're in solid green right now, which is rate of fire. So we're going to go ahead and cycle on through until it gets back to solid red. Now, once it is in solid red, you press and hold the button and cycle the selector switch. Your gun has went off. Okay? Now, we're going to check and see how fast this gun is shooting. So I'm going to turn my eyes off so I can check my switch. I'm going to pull the trigger and press the power button. My gun is on. I'm going to select full auto. And again, I'm going to have 2 safety shots and then full auto. So here we go. Now that's hauling balls right there. Now, if that's too fast for you and you need to go change your gun back to where it was, we're going to go ahead and flick it back up to safety, turn the gun off. Now we're going to enter programming mode again, which is hold the button down, cycle the selector switch. Okay. Solid red light indicates we're in firing mode. That's not what we want. We want rate of fire, so we're going to press the button. Solid green. There's the rate of fire. We're going to check it, count the blinks by pulling the trigger. Okay, now let's say 20 balls a second is too fast. So now what we're going to do is we're going to decrease. F1 and pulling the trigger increases. F2 and pulling the trigger will decrease. So let's go ahead and decrease back down to 17 balls a second. So I'm going to pull the trigger how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 times. Pulling the switch back up, checking it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I got 18. I should have went one more, no big deal. And if you're getting 18 blinks, your rate of fire is going to be 16.5 balls a second. Okay, you got your gun where you want it. You're going to cycle back through to where you're in firing mode, which is solid red. Press and hold the power button. Cycle the selector switch. The gun is off. Now turn the gun back on, turning your eyes off by pulling the trigger, pushing the power button, selecting full auto, checking your rate of fire. Simple, huh?